This, folks, is a 2000 Toyota Tacoma. It's one of the first gen Tacomas, which ran from the years of 95 through 2004. And the project on deck today is going to be new shocks all the way around, as well as a new leaf springs on the back and new coil springs on the front. Hopefully it's going to give us about 2 inches of lift and just kind of freshen up the ride on the old girl. Did you know they got an open marriage?
Who does?
Will Smith and Jada Pinkett Smith.
I'd have known that 20 years ago. I'd have been all over that.
So the products that we're going to use here, we're going to have these front coil springs here. These are ARB OME Old Man Emus, 880X's, and we're hoping to get 45 millimeters of lift out of those, or 1 3/4 inches, and it's going to give us enough oomph on the front end to hold either 55 kilograms or 110 pounds of winch. What else do we have here? We've got the these are the Bilstein 5100 series. Let's see here. So the bigger ones are the front ones. Those are going to be the 24-249 928s, and then the smaller ones, the rear ones, those are going to be the 33-247 717, and the 5100s are the ones that you want if you're going to have a little bit of a lift on there. I think the Bilstein 4600s are a good choice for the factory leaf springs and coils. So let me take you back here and we'll show you the leaf springs. And if we haven't met yet, my name is David, and in my videos I'm trying to share my experiences with boat, home, auto, ATV, RV, anything that you can do yourself to save some money. So let's take a look here at these. Kind of pulled the leaf springs out of the way here because they're so large, and we're probably going to do those last. So right here, these are also the Old Man Emus. They got the EL 122RA and the 122RB for left and right. These arrows are pointing toward the front of the vehicle. So let's get going on this. And the product documentation for these seems to suggest that with these rear leaf springs, we should get about 2 1/8 inches or 55 millimeters of lift to the rear with these. In addition, for those leaf springs, we have the corresponding bushings here, the ARB OME SB121, and I think we have 2 bags of those somewhere. One of the things too that we got was this FK21. It's a kind of a bracket that I believe lowers the exhaust, and we'll see how that works when we get into it. There's also something that we may need, for these. Let's see if we can get down here. For these, those U-bolts right there. We did not get new U-bolts, so we're gonna have to see if those are going to work, and if not, we may need to order some more. And from my research on that, those may be these Zone U 4039s. That may be what we need, but we won't know until we really get in there. In addition, for those leaf spring bushings, we're also going to want some moly grease, and you can pick up a tub of that. I think I got that at O'Reilly's for $5 or $6. And we're also going to use some excerpts from the factory service manual that are going to help us, just kind of give us a general orientation of the parts as well as torque specifications. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and take quick measurements. Looks like this one, we kind of went straight through the axle there, and we about it at 35.5. Looks like over here, so that's front right. We've got front right, or left front, or right front, yeah, 35.5, 35.5. 35 3/8, 33 or 35 5/8, and then there's the corresponding measurements there in metric as well. Okay, so we got the wheel off here, and got a jack stand underneath one side. We're just going to do one side at a time. The next thing to do here is we're going to take off this bolt, and then these 3 up here. And before the project, I went ahead and sprayed everything down with some lubricating, penetrating lubricant, and what's it called?
Bush light?
No, PB Blaster.
Yeah, the blaster. The blaster.
So anyway, that's these. Whenever I did this on my 4Runner, this, I think it was this one back here. It's a real similar design, and one of these is a freaking booger bear. So we'll get into that. This whole thing is going to come out as one unit, but it's basically just 4 bolts, one there, and then the 3 up there. And this bolt here is it's a 19 on the front and a 19 on the back. There we go. Okay, so in the factory service manual here, it's telling us to, we remove the front reel, disconnect the shock absorber from the lower suspension arm, and remove the nut and washer. Do not remove the bolt. But then the next step is to, with lowering the lower suspension arm, remove the bolt. So I guess what we're trying to do is just kind of pull some, get some of the tension off that bolt before we pull it out. Okay, and so I think before I've put like a bottle jack somewhere up in here to kind of create some distance. I'm not sure how much of that is actually necessary. Let's see here. But we could kind of hit this thing out.
Can't go in a second. There we go.
Okay, so the bottom one's out. There's that, and now it's time to get these top ones, which, okay, so 14 it is, and let me get you in here to see kind of what we're dealing with. It's these 3 right up here, and so I bet it's gonna be really easy. Can you help this?
Yeah, what do you need me to do?
Just kind of hold it.
Oh, come off the jacks now.
All right. There's one. That one we can't get to, so we need to get, what did I say? It's a 14, so we'll get a 14 wrench and we'll start working on those. Yeah. And you can kind of see here that this thing is kind of loosening up here. Get in there and see what marks. As he's pulling those out,
Okay,
this thing will just, should just pop right out of the old socket there. And just kind of keep up with your orientation there. That's important, that little notch right there. We'll keep that out. And we'll just kind of pull like that. And there's your assembly. Ooh. So now we're ready to, since we're not reusing this, we can keep that all still connected. And we'll just put our new coil spring on our shock and go from there.
The shock goes inside of it?
Yeah, I'm wrong. Yeah, we got to take this thing apart so that we can reuse. I think the collar comes with the shock, maybe.
Well, let's go look. Let's go look at what we got. Sure. Have you opened it yet?
Ah.
Oh wow.
Like a kid at
Fresh
Christmas.
is fresh.
Well, do you like it, Mikey?
Oh my
do you
God.
like it?
Oh, it's what I've always dreamed of. It's just beautiful.
Sweet. So obviously there's no plates with that thing. I think that bottom plate comes with the shock.
Oh my God, there's another one.
What?
There's 2
You.
for Chile. That's all we got.
Okay, cool. Okay, so what all do we have with the?
It's got a cap. I think that's about it. Here's something. Some instructions, maybe.
Looks like the.
Oh, and some
bushings.
stickers.
Sticker.
Okay, that bushing looks good. We need the little plate.
Here's the plate. Okay.
All right, so
Cool.
yonder. And here's the top or bottom, maybe. And there's a castle. There's a nut. Yeah. So there's. Yeah.
Good deal. Let's get this together and we'll put a shock around it or spray a coil around it. Okay, so now it's time for the spring compression. If you've never used one of these before, they're kind of intimidating, If you're not comfortable doing this, obviously, don't do it. But what we're going to do is going to attach this thing to, you know, put this thing on one side, the other side there, kind of lock those in, and then we'll incrementally adjust this to where it's kind of cinching that thing together. This, I would go ahead and recommend putting some lubricating, penetrating oil on that, both sides of that, and it's going to make that thing not want to bind up, and just going to make the thing work better. So we'll get all this kind of situated, and I'll kind of show you that process works. And these little pins right here are kind of your safeties, and if you can, you want to get the spring in a position where you can put, you know, both of those pins all the way through there. Okay, here, so we've got some compression here. I'm starting to see a little bit of cracking around the top of this thing, indicating that maybe this is loose enough to where we can take this nut off and remove the shock from the coil. I don't know, that feels like it may have some tension on it. Maybe I need to hit these other ones up a little bit. Do I have a 19 on El Rancho? Okay, so my apologies. I think we omitted part of the extraction of the old one, but now we have the new coil, and the new coil is being compressed in preparation for the new shock. Okay, kids, so take a look at these, the new versus the old coil spring. That's exactly the same height. Old is on the left, new is on the right. So I think what we're going to do is we're going to adjust that Bilstein's shock to the highest position, which is going to give the 2 inches of lift. Obviously, if your new one was substantially higher than your old one, you would not want to do that. But since ours is pretty much the same, we're going to use that Bilstein. I'll show you where that change.
Maybe we shouldn't mess with the damn springs. Good guy.
Well. Alright, so here's the circlip in the factory position. This direction right here is up. So we're going to move this 1, 2, 3 up, and that's going to give us 2 inches there of additional ground clearance. Okay, so also the kit comes with these 2 little spacers. And if you use the highest setting, you're going to want to put this spacer on. Go ahead there, Mikey. Mm-hmm. Yep, put that spacer through there.
Protect your equipment a little better.
Yeah. And then there's another one right back there. Can you point to that one? Yeah.
Right here.
And so we'll put the second one on that one right there, and then we'll be done. But again, that's only if you're using that highest setting with the circlips.
The max ride height. And then so it's got the front one actually has an F on it, and the back one actually has an R.
Sweet.
So you don't get them mixed up.
All right, there you go. And on these, I just used some channel locks to take those off, and really, there's no sense in going cuckoo with those. It's not, you know, not gonna make a hill of beans difference if you don't tear it up.
A little more.
Put your back into it, Mike.
I am. I just don't want to break anything, or my knuckles especially. You know, it's just been on here for a little while.
Yeah.
Was that other one that hard?
No, it wasn't too bad.
Oh, that's a bad one. Okay. All right. Trying to fit this together. And we got the spring in here. So one thing I have noticed, I'm going to have to compress it some more.
All
But as you see, it goes in here just like this. The small side goes on the bottom, the big side goes on the top. I'm starting to put pieces back together. You can see it's already molded pretty much to the spring. So you're just gonna match this stuff up.
And just like earlier, we'll need to, make sure it's kind of parallel. Like this right here, we want those 2 bolts on this side over here. I think 2 bolts on this side from the top piece.
Mm-hmm.
And then
Yep.
before we put it back in the car, it'll need to be oriented in that direction.
Yeah.
Direction.
So we didn't buy a kit that had all this. This is all OE, original equipment stuff that's going back into the strut.
And so basically what he's saying there is he needs more room on top.
Are you translating English to English for me?
Yeah. But no,
yeah, we're just checking to see how much we need to compress it. I thought we were close, but we're not. These springs are gonna have to go a lot further.
Yeah.
So
we'll keep going with that, and we'll get back to you.
ding, 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 ding.
Mike, you want to tell them about the spacing on your spring compressor?
Yeah,
I can't breathe.
So what we've kind of discovered by trial and a lot of effort is whenever you put these guys on, the compressors, you need to bite off as many springs as you possibly can. It's going to make it easier for you to tighten this thing up because we're trying to compress all the power in a few circles rather than having it, if we were down here, it might make it a little easier to compress because this is some serious, like look at that.
So you want to talk about the parts you're putting on there?
Yeah, so I'm putting the original equipment parts. So we didn't buy full struts, we just bought springs and shocks. So you got to use a bunch of the original parts, which are actually in fairly decent shape considering that they are 23 years old. So we're hoping, I think, oh my goodness. We got a half a thread.
We got to go back to the old.
Oh no, I got it right there. There it is.
What do you want, this?
Give me that thing.
Got it.
Give me that thing.
How are you going to get it to bite on that thing?
What do you mean?
Oh, it's poking through.
Yeah, it's poking through.
Oh, dog.
So, okay, now back to what I just said. You might leave a little bit here because I was able to compress it by my hands. But you're not going to be able to get up here to the top one anyway. But
Yeah.
I was just saying, you might want to, if you did it, you probably want to try to at least grab one more ring. Get as many as you can in there.
And and so again, the parallel thing, you're trying to get, before we get cuckoo with this thing, we want this line to line up with 2 of these over here, need to get like that. So we'll make sure it's like that before we get too far along in the tightening process. But basically what you got here is this little center keep.
Mm-hmm.
You have to use
something to grab it.
Yeah, and then you've got a 17.
We'll slip it on.
That's no longer a 17, is it?
I think that's a bigger one.
Yeah, maybe a 19.
Yep. There's a 3/4, but there you basically get you something on there, bite that, bada bing, bada boom.
And that's how it cranks down.
Phone call.
So does that have a torque spec?
It's got to, because that thing was smashed.
But here's the deal, you can't put a torque wrench on there.
Oh, okay. You're right.
So it wants 22 foot-pounds.
Yeah, okay.
So I don't know, I
fine.
think we can just kind of...
That's fine. You want to get this one? Do you think that's not right? It's
No.
3/4, so that's.
Let's try an 18.
That would be 3/4 of 25, so it's
Try an
17.
18.
Or 18, yeah. 19,
19?
maybe 20.
If it's a 19, then it's a 3/4.
It's definitely, but it's a little loose.
Well, I don't have a bigger 19, I don't think. Wait a minute, yeah, I did. Hold on.
You got everything.
No, I don't. No, I don't have a big 19, apparently.
Okay.
So... okay, cool. Have you seen that? Yeah. Never mind. Never mind. I wonder how I'm gonna know when 22 foot-pounds is.
It's gonna be less than what we were doing a while ago.
Ain't that? It's starting to feel kind of tight, but surely I should see some threads on the other side of that.
Let me see, buddy. Let me see, buddy.
Take a look. Take a look. I don't see any threads yet.
It ain't ready. You see that thing? It will pancake out all the way to the edge, if not further. It was half that thick.
Really?
It was half that thick.
Oh.
You milled it?
No, I got it. I'm just trying to keep from. I'm trying to kind of keep it in the middle so that the.
Trying to balance it out.
Yeah, and I don't want the shock to move, I guess. I feel like it's in a pretty decent spot.
What happened to your basket? Did you get hit in the rear end?
Yeah, I was sitting there. I was at work, parked in the parking lot, and I came out there, and I guess somebody backed out and didn't see it, but it was all jacked up.
And they didn't decide.
Didn't
no
stop.
Letter, no nothing. No dear John.
Yeah. All right. Oh gosh, look at that.
That's not enough.
You don't think that's enough?
Yeah,
Hey,
sure.
it feels like 22 foot-pounds.
Okay, let's go with it. I like it.
I mean,
I like it.
you okay with it?
I
You want to
totally-
feel it?
I like it.
I like 22 foot-pounds.
Okay. Like big sack of potatoes?
Yeah, like on my finger. You know, like.
Oh, one-fingered potato punch.
Yeah, like if you're holding a sack of potatoes with this finger and like pushing it but lifting it, I think that was.
I want one more turn.
Okay. All right, so like.
One whole turn. Do I need to pick it up?
So is that like 1/8? That's 2/8, 3/8. That's getting heavy.
All right, that's it.
All right.
Stop! Let's see what our alignment is like. Pretty good.
All right, so again, we're looking at the alignment from.
Yeah.
Give me a. I'm drawing a line right here. To here. You know, in worst case scenario, we get this thing on the truck. Son of a monkey.
Wasn't I saying one should be perpendicular? Yes, because it sits in there like that.
Well, we're looking at it different ways, but yeah.
Yeah, I know what you're saying.
So
Yeah,
this
you gotta
right
look at it
here
both ways.
is going to go up here. And, you know, we get in the truck, we need to move it around. We can do that, right? That's terrible. Awful. You need to go to a doctor.
Uncompress it.
Yeah. So we're not going to bore you with the process of uncompressing it. We'll meet you whenever it's time to put this bad boy back in the truck. Okay, so what we found with the, obviously this is part of our spring compressor. We've taken the bolts out here. We can't get these out of the coil because the coil is more compressed now because it's in this top circlip, or we moved the circlip up 2 inches. So, Mike, let's show them what we've come up with to get these out. And
what we're going to do is just try to pry it apart enough to pull one of these out. Hit you in the face. Yeah. You ready? You ready?
Yeah, I'm ready. It's locked in there, bud.
Is it?
Yeah. All right, there we go.
All right, I got to get back into the position. I don't know how this thing goes. All right, so which way was I going here? I think I was doing this way? This way?
And then that thing will just...
Nope. Come on, girl. Let's turn it this way. There we go.
Oh!
Oh, shit.
Man, no, I'm good.
Where did you get?
I just... something... yeah. Alright, so here we go. It's time to put this thing back in there. And you'll just put your top in first, like so. Oh yeah, that's real nice. And then we're gonna need to do something to kind of kick this thing down.
Down?
Yeah.
That's as far as it goes, isn't it?
It's gonna need to go a little further.
No, that's got to go up.
This has to go down. The wheel's got to go down.
You can't.
Yeah, it can.
Go down. It's already free hanging.
Well, it's got to pre-hang some more. That's what's going on here. This thing.
That's got to get compressed up into there.
Here, I'm gonna pull this.
Just don't make sure this is safe. You got it backed up right there.
Yeah, it's double backed up.
Okay.
Yeah, this just needs to come down.
How can it? Oh,
Yeah, see?
look at you.
It's got room.
Look at you.
You ready?
What do you want to put some bolts on here first? Or you want to put the bottom one in first?
Well, no, I wanted to put the top one in first, but I think we gotta.
Well, no.
I want to put it in place.
If you're gonna put it in place, I need the pin ready.
Okay.
What do you think?
I almost feel like we need to put those top ones in first.
Right.
I mean, it said to do it in reverse order, so let's do it in reverse order.
Okay.
And we'll
Yeah, certainly.
put those in there.
Oh, I forgot these are booger bears.
Go ahead and put these 3 on there.
What was that? 12, 14?
Maybe a 14. I think it's a 14, and I'll go get a torque spec. And 47 foot-pounds is your
47?
torque spec.
Holy smokes!
Yeah,
Get
that's
that
gonna
much
be a
over
good
here.
one. We may need
Might be able to
to.
hammer it into there.
We may need to stick a screwdriver in there to kind of twist the angle of that thing just a little bit.
Okay.
You know?
Well, it looks pretty good.
Does it?
Yeah, it looks pretty darn good.
I feel like it needs like a little.
Yeah, it wouldn't hurt. It definitely wouldn't hurt.
All right, hold on. Let me get a.
I'm kind of excited about this. I've been so upset, and where I've gone through all the emotions on this, and now I'm kind of
What
excited.
about this right here? Just a little.
You like it? Oh,
Oh, it doesn't want to go. Huh.
it's there. It's good.
Yeah, it's fine. All right? Or can it move at all?
Oh yeah, no.
You think it needs to, or you think it
I
just?
think it's good.
Okay.
It'll go. It'll go. There's a lot of space in there actually.
Do you want me to just put a little
Yeah.
weight on this with my, like, not on your brake?
Oh,
But
there it is. Yeah, look, you're right.
yeah. Why don't I just put
Here.
my foot here and you can stick the bolt in there? You wanna do that?
Well, where's the bolt? Let me find the bolt before you even try that. And you do have this double jack sanded.
Yeah.
It's so hard to get to the spot.
Yeah.
Like it's in the worst spot. Okay. Nope. Nope. Fucking son of a bitch. Oh, sorry. Sorry. Canada here.
Can I? Is that better?
Hold on,
Better
I
or
got-
worse?
well, I gotta
right
get it-
there.
I can't
You
get-
need it there.
I can't get it in the hole. I mean, it is directly through.
You know, we could put a jack in there and just kind of ease it in there. All right, guys. So we ended up putting a bottle jack in here, like so, to kind of push down on that control arm. And now it's trying to get it lined up down here.
That was the importance of having that lined up. You can see it's just a little bit turned.
Yeah.
I didn't even think about it. Okay, just got those monkey lines.
17 hours later. And you're going to want to torque this one to 101 foot-pounds. Is it on?
Look at it. Just got to put the wheel over there.
Okay.
Ooh, yeah, it's on. Water?
No, I think your hand's doing just great.
Oh man, because if I get it wet, it's gonna be nasty.
Yeah. And then you got rust. Nobody wants to deal with rust.
I don't want to deal with rust on an old vehicle. That's the worst.
I think the oil's off your hand, I think is going to just
Preservative?
It's a preservative. It's going to keep it just like if you were to prime it and paint it.
You know, the worst thing is now that I've got all this mud off, I'm gonna have to go rebalance the tires because
Right.
they were balanced with mud.
You're right. Now, when you look at your skid plate like this, I mean, this tells you, one or two things. If you've got a kid, you need to be having a strong, serious talk with them about drugs and alcohol. If this is your buddy, then you need to have him a strong talk about drugs and alcohol. Is that gonna work?
Wow, it went on a lot easier than it came off.
How in the world?
Because I jacked it up in the air.
I didn't know you did. Nobody told me.
Remember?
Not
It
really.
was close. I was like, no, let's get this up there. And you're like, oh, this seems dangerous. No, it's fun. Dangerous fun. Let's just do like 4 lug nuts. Just to see how it works.
It comes with 6, right? 6 is too many.
It's a lot of work.
Yeah.
Too much work.
I mean, what do they think we got all day?
I can't believe the lift made it where the wheel won't go all the way on.
What if we've done something wrong and we've lowered it by 2 inches?
Somebody's gonna get in a fight. Somebody's gonna get arrested.
There's something wrong with this tape measure, Mike. I don't know what it was. There's something wrong.
Somebody's gonna get arrested for domestic abuse of a friend.
Hey, did you see that Will Smith slap?
Yeah, I don't know about it. What do you think?
I don't know either.
Well, I would think it was fake, except for when he was cussing him. You know, keep your keep my wife's
name out of your effing mouth.
Yeah, when he was doing all that, I was like, that dude's mad.
Yeah, he is mad.
And then he goes up there and does it, and it's like, which Chris Rock, I mean, handled it like a champ.
Oh yeah.
I mean, nobody's ever. I thought it was a ploy for a long time, but I think it might have actually been real.
Yeah, and the fact that it's real is almost kind of sad for Will Smith.
I know. Well, you got to think. I mean, these people. Some of these kind of people are a little narcissistic, and they think they can do whatever they want.
Yeah. Did you know they got an open marriage?
Who does?
Will Smith and Jada Pinkett Smith.
I'd have known that 20 years ago. I'd have been all over that. She's hot, dude. She's hot. They have an open, like full open, like.
I don't know what degrees of openness there are in open marriages, but from what I understand, they've got an open marriage.
Oh, you can't. Yeah. Line me up with the thing.
How's that?
Ready?
Yep.
Come on in. Come on. How about that? Come on in.
Yep, come on.
Got it? Come on. Go.
Alright.
Alright, moment of truth. Oh, too bad it's not one of those hydraulics where you just drop it.
That'd be nice. Did you slam it?
Yeah, that's what I thought we were doing.
Crap.
Remember that we used the bottle jack.
Well, this ruined it. It's ruined. Ruined.
I feel like I didn't have to lower it as much, though.
We'll do a quick measurement and see what we're looking at there. Step back here.
Is there a difference?
Oh, yeah.
For sure?
Yeah, let's take a measurement.
Oh, yeah.
For sure.
Yeah, all day long. Yeah, that's definitely higher.
All right, let's go take a measurement.
Okay.
Okay, so at right front we were, how much?
35 and a half.
35 and a half, so now we're at 38 and a half, so that's 3 inches.
Yep.
3 solid
Just
inches.
a little over.
Of lift there. Of course, we have not, it hasn't settled in, and so we'll expect that to maybe go down a little bit, but that's...
It might need to go down, but otherwise we're going to put some 40s on this sucker.
Nice. I like that. Hey, look at that.
Tight.
Uh-huh. Okay, so then for the other side, it's just rinse and repeat. So we're done with the front. I think we're going to make this a 2-part video. We'll do the rear and the second part of that. So if the video helped, please give me a big thumbs up and consider subscribing. We've got a lot of great stuff on the channel, and you'll want to see how this project finishes. So thanks for watching. God bless, and have a great day.